My feelings will pass. Your feelings will pass. Your feelings are like clouds. Like they're here, they're there, but your principle is sitting there forever. It is like a stone. Sit on your principle. Don't let that thing, like, I'm telling you, that's a game changing move. Y'all gotta pay me for that. I'm gonna be honest. Like that's gonna do so much for you, and you don't live on principle, not on your feelings. You already know your feelings. They run you astray. They really do. They really do. Except for a fleeting moment away from pain. The only thing your feelings will lead you to is to a fleeting moment away from pain and suffering. They truly offer, your feelings lead you to nothing. You gain nothing from them. Except for what I just said, a very temporary release. For example, you feel like you want to eat a burger, right? You eat a burger, the moment you swallow it, it's gone. The feeling is gone. Like, I came all this way to gain nothing. But live your life on principle. Principles always end with a promise. They do. They truly do. It's almost like your feelings. Oh man, it's so cool. Man, I love being alive. I really do. Living is such a beautiful thing because once you see how the once you see how the world works, it's like, wow, like this is a very, very beautiful thing. I know I'm going off topic, but let's sit here and just. You guys can't see what I see, but I see everything interconnected, kind of like a web. And the way you move one way, it moves everything. It's like the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, and it's like so intertwined with each other. Everything just makes sense. Everything's connected. Like I don't care what anybody say. Everything is so connected, and it really evolves. In the world, the world doesn't evolve around you, but it's almost like a refraction being shattered within you, and it can change. And it's so true. If you want to change the world, you're gonna have to change yourself. You can't change out here, but you can change here. And changing in here changes so much out here. So much. It's ridiculous. It is it is bonkers. It is absolutely insane how much changes you can make by simply changing yourself. And I know to a lot of people that's difficult, but it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. You know something that's hard or nearly impossible? Trying to change everybody out here. Trying to change people around you. That's difficult. That is really, really hard. And this is the crazy part. I think it's hard, but it's not as painful as changing yourself. And I think that's why a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to change themselves because it's more painful to do that. But if you change yourself, it alleviates so much future suffering. Like you you can't run from something. You're going to hurt from something. But it's almost like you get problems. I'm going to take this from the book. I forgot the book. Maybe it's so good, be so good that it's hard to ignore you. But in the book, it talks about how, darn it, I'm losing my train of thought. You're always going to have problems, but you can pick the problems you rather face. That is 100% fact. You're always going to have problems, but you can choose certain problems that you rather deal with. You see what I'm saying? Like, it all comes down to changing yourself. Because once you change yourself, you get to see, you change your perception in the way you interpret things, in the way you respond to things. And that is reality bending within itself. That's broken behind ability. And anyway, back to the topic. Rant over. You live by principle rather than feelings. They always end with a promise. For example, one principle is you reap what you sow, right? We all know that one. Or the principle of karma. You know, even when you live by the principle of karma, even when you're angry and you really want to hurt someone, you choose to be kind to them. Okay? And by that principle, reaping what you sow, kindness comes back to you. Or at least mercy. Like, it sounds crazy, but it's so true. But outside of, the attributes that occur out here, there is a very, 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 very powerful key feeling that you're going to get when you live a life based on principle rather than feeling, and that is fulfillment. Because most of the time most of the time you're chasing happiness, but happiness is fleeting. Happiness is always gonna escape you. It's running. It's very vague. Once you have it, it's disappearing. And once again, it's like trying to catch a rabbit, but this rabbit is covered in oil, so you're gonna sleep every time you touch it. But fulfillment is very subtle. It's not as powerful as happiness, but it's joy. It's very, very calming and very pleasant. And when you have it, it's more lasting because it's reflective. Because you know what you did. You know what you did. You know you chose a higher path. You know you're doing the right thing. Good. That's what fulfillment feels like. A very subtle breeze, something light, a very pleasant happiness. And it's not 0 to 100. It's very, 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 very light. But we're all dopamine junkies now, so, joy, happiness, spazzing out for that. No. Live by principles, and I'm telling you, it's going to be so world-changing. Like, that is a game-changing move. It truly is. It really, really is. Like, once you start doing that, you're going to see the benefits. Please do the things that I try to, suggest to you guys, because I wouldn't be saying it if it didn't have any effect on me. And I want to share the things I learned with you guys, because I feel like a lot of people are really struggling. And I don't think I'm very special. I think I am extremely average. Extremely average. I'm just really persistent about certain things. And through my persistence, I've learned certain things. And I know a lot of you guys aren't going to be reading the books that I read, which I can get into a rant about that. And I kind of want to punch somebody because, but at least I can share the knowledge that I've gained that has helped me, and I can pass it on to you. And hopefully, if you just start with just a little percentage of what I'm telling you and see the difference, you're going to be like, dang, maybe I should pick up a book. I'm going to make a book recommendation list. That way you guys can actually get the knowledge that I have acquired and actually better your lives and just be great. So principle also develops the backbone of your character. Like whenever your character wants to fall back and be lame again and fall back into their feelings, because that principle is there, it's been built up, it literally acts like a framework to your character. So in moments that you know you want to lash out and just beat somebody behind, you could be like, dang, you know what? I reap what I sow. My feelings will pass. Your feelings will pass. Your feelings are like clouds. They're here, they're there, but your principle is sitting there forever. It is like a stone. Sit on your principle. Don't let that thing, I'm telling you, that's a game-changing move. Y'all gotta pay me for that. I'm gonna be honest. That's gonna do so much for you, and you don't. When you about to cry because you know it's game-changing. Please apply. I want to give you 4 principles that I live by currently. Number 1, be loving. That's a tough one. It's a tough one, but that's something that I'm trying to apply for myself. Um, my second one, be present. Another hard one. Like learning to be where my feet is and not thinking so far ahead or living in the past, actually being here and right now doing this. My third one is respecting my word. That's that's an incredibly hard one because I when I get into feelings, this is why this thing is so game changing for me. When I get into my feelings, it's like I want to say so much, but I need to honor and respect my words and to mean what I say and say what I mean. Which incredibly hard, but it's gonna be so worth it. And actually quite simple. Work diligently. Because I feel like in the world that we live in, everything is so rushed and we're just like rushing to do things. It's like, no, take your time and work hard. Actually put in some effort and be your best at it. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why I really like that principle. But yeah, those are 4 principles that I follow. There are many, 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 many different principles in the world. So I would recommend you to look up, make sure you look up like old school principles, ones that have been, like, actually, I got a perfect example. Look up biblical principles. Like, the Bible has a lot of really good principles in there, and I highly recommend you guys, like, pick it up. Even though everybody wants to talk bad about the Bible, but listen, like, there's a reason why it's been here for so long. Okay? Like, it just works. It's good. Like, I'm not I'm not trying to push my beliefs onto anyone at all, because I don't believe in forcing other people to follow whatever you believe in. Okay, I'm about to start having another rant. Let me just stop here. Get yourself some principles and apply them in your life, and look at the changes. Once again, remember, lean and rely on your principles, not your feelings.